Hello and welcome to MarketSquare, your go-to show for deep insights into business and economic trends. I'm Olaiton Adebayo, and today we'll break down three major developments making waves across the country. Stay tuned. Welcome back to MarketSquare. Let's get straight into it. The fight against counterfeit and substandard drugs in Nigeria is not just a regulatory challenge, it's a public health crisis that endangers millions of lives. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control recently took decisive action by destroying a massive haul of seized fake and substandard pharmaceuticals in Ibadan. These products seized from illicit drug markets pose severe risks to consumers and undermine the nation's healthcare system. The destruction of these dangerous drugs at the Moniya dump site in Ibadan was a necessary measure to prevent their introduction into the circulation. But this is just one step into a larger battle. Many of these counterfeit drugs make their way into pharmacies, hospitals, and informal markets, where unsuspecting Nigerians purchase them, believing they are legitimate medications. The consequences can be devastating, ranging from treatment failure and drug resistance to severe health complications and even death. NAFDAC's Director General, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, has reaffirmed the agency's commitment to ensuring that all drugs, cosmetics, medical devices, and consumables in Nigeria meet stringent safety and quality standards. The agency has established rigorous guidelines for licensing, sale, and distribution. However, many of these illicit manufacturers and distributors operate outside the regulatory framework, avoiding compliance and doing so robbing the government of internally generated revenues that should come from licensing and authentication. The recent enforcement operations in Idumota, Onitsha, and Aba have exposed the scale of the problem. Over 3,027 shops in Lagos Idumota open drug markets were sealed, and 27 trucks of counterfeit medicines were evacuated. This signals the extent of Nigeria's counterfeit drugs market and the urgency of the situation. Beyond the financial losses to government, the real cost is human lives. Counterfeit drugs do not just fail to treat illness, they often contain toxic substances that cause severe side effects, organ failure, or death. The rise in drug-resistant infection can also be traced back to substandard medications that fail to provide the necessary therapeutic effect, allowing diseases to evolve in more lethal forms. This situation also has significant economic implications. When pharmaceutical producers and distributors refuse to get licensed, it results in a massive loss of internally generated revenue for regulatory agencies. These realities are necessary for strengthening oversight, funding inspections, and implementing further consumer protection measures. Instead, the government is left grappling with the financial burden of enforcement without the necessary funding from legitimate licensing process. To combat this crisis, NAFDAC is pushing for stricter penalties, including life sentences and even death penalties for those involved in manufacturing and distributing counterfeit drugs. This is a clear message to perpetrators that Nigeria will not be a dumping ground for assiduous medicines. The agency has also called on a National Assembly to amend relevant laws to include these harsher punishments, aiming to deter the criminal network profiting from these deadly traits. But enforcement alone is not just enough. This battle requires a multi-pronged approach, one that includes stronger collaboration between NAFDAC and other government agencies, enhanced public awareness, and stricter border controls to prevent the influx of fake drugs. It also requires pharmaceutical companies and legitimate distributors to align with regulatory standards to ensure that all medications in circulation are safe and effective. For Nigerians, this is a matter of life and death. Medicine is meant to heal and not to harm, yet some individuals see it only as a business prioritizing profit over human lives. The fight against counterfeit drugs is not just about enforcement, it's about safeguarding public trust in Nigeria's pharmaceutical industry. If drug manufacturers refuse to comply with regulatory standards, they must face the full weight of the law. For the health and safety of millions, there is no room for compromise. While NAFDAC continues its crackdown on counterfeit drugs, another industry facing growing concerns is cryptocurrency. The cryptocurrency market has faced major setbacks since the start of 2025. While many expected a bullish trend following the inauguration of the US President Donald Trump, the reality has been of the downturns and uncertainty. One of the industry's biggest shocks came in February when the leading cryptocurrency exchange, Bybit, experienced one of the largest heists in the industry's history, losing approximately $1.5 billion to hackers. The attack has raised deep concerns among investors and traders over the asset's security. In response, Bybit has launched funding efforts to contain the crisis. The long-term impact on its reputation remains uncertain. In Nigeria, the Economic and Financial Crime Commission made headlines after arresting dozens of foreign nationals in Lagos for alleged involvement in cryptocurrency investment fraud. The commission further warned that foreign nationals are actively training young Nigerians in crypto-related fraud schemes. Legal proceedings are underway with the accused currently facing trial. The recently released Chainalysis 2025 Cryptocurrency Crime Report paints a troubling picture of illicit transactions within the crypto space. Over the past 5 years, criminal-linked addresses received a staggering $178 billion in cryptocurrency. The peak year was 2022, with the illicit transaction reaching $54.3 billion, followed by $46.1 billion in 2023 and $40.9 billion in 2024. A key takeaway from the report is the increasing role of stablecoins in crypto crime, now accounting for 63% of illicit transaction volumes, signaling a shift away from Bitcoin. However, ransomware attacks and darknet transactions remain largely Bitcoin-driven. The report also noted a 21% year-over-the-year rise in stolen funds in 2024, totaling $2.2 billion. While decentralized finance platforms bore the brunt of these thefts, centralized exchanges became prime targets in the second and third quarters. Private key breaches accounted for 43.8% of stolen funds, with North Korean hackers responsible for an estimated $1.34 billion of the all crypto stolen in 2024. The fraud ecosystem has grown more advanced, with illicit marketplace, a peer-to-peer marketplace, enabling fraudulent activity, including large-scale scams like pig butchering. Against this backdrop of increasing crypto fraud, industry experts have voiced concerns about the influence of social media personalities in promoting questionable crypto projects. A blockchain specialist warned that many Nigerian influencers, particularly those with large followers, endorse projects without performing proper due diligence. He viewed he had once been approached to promote a crypto brand but turned down the offer, urging influencers to act more responsibly. As crypto-related crimes continue to rise, financial experts are urging traders to diversify their investment. One crypto consultant emphasized that placing all funds in a single exchange is a risky move, citing past acts that have led to collapse of major platforms. Those pushing cryptocurrency in Nigeria, especially influencers, must do better. With large audience that trust them, they have a responsibility to conduct research before endorsing any project. Promoting harmful schemes knowingly or negligently must be met with accountability. Never invest in people, projects, or coins that cannot be trusted. As Nigeria solidifies its place in the global cryptocurrency market, the need for clear regulations and stronger protective measures has never been more urgent. While cryptocurrency offers immense opportunity, the risks are actively significant. Without regulatory oversight and increased security measures, investors will remain vulnerable to scams and market manipulations. Even as financial security remains a key concern in the digital space, Nigeria is making bold strides in another sector. Nigeria is taking a significant step towards sustainable transportation with the launch of locally manufactured electric vehicles by New Electric Vehicles Motors. The unveiling of the NEVTC electric buses in Abuja marks a critical milestone in the country's journey towards clean and efficient public transportation. For years, critics questioned whether electric vehicles could function effectively in Nigeria's unique environment. NEV Motors Chief Executive Officer Moshokbe Olaosebikan has now demonstrated that not only is it possible, but the country is also ready to embrace this transition. He described the launch as more than just an introduction of a new product. It's a revolution, a technological disruption, and a declaration that Africa is actively shaping its own future in the electric mobility space. The NEVTC electric buses are designed to reduce Nigeria's dependence on fossil fuels while offering a cleaner and more cost-effective alternatives. As a 100% electric vehicles with zero fossil emissions, these buses promise to redefine public transportation in the country. Beyond the commercial impact, the Nigerian government is actively supporting the growth of the electric vehicle industry. The federal government has emphasized the importance of harnessing Nigeria's vast lithium reserves for local battery production rather than exporting raw materials. The Minister of Science and Technology, Uche Nnaji, highlighted that this strategic move would not only support EV manufacturing, but also create jobs and stimulate economic growth. The Minister of State for Industry, John Ene, reaffirmed the government's commitment to sustainable transportation, aligning with the national target of achieving 30% electric mobility growth under the National Automotive Industry Development Plan. He stressed that the adoption of electric vehicles is not just about new transportation options, but about ensuring Nigeria remains competitive in the evolving global automotive industry. But despite promising development, challenges remain. infrastructure, including charging stations and reliable power supply, must be significantly improved to support widespread adoption. And also, policy implementation and regulatory frameworks will also play a critical role in determining the success of electric mobility in Nigeria. The launch of locally made EVs represents a shift in the nation's approach to transportation, and while challenges persist, the momentum is undeniable. From public safety to financial security and development in technologies, Nigeria is at a critical crossroad. And that's it for today on Market Square. I'm Olaitan Adebayo. Thank you for joining me. Be sure to stay informed, stay vigilant, and stay ahead of the markets. See you in the next one.